starts with getting back to basics. Basics, that includes things like a team charter. The executive team clarifies the direction of the team while also establishing boundaries of behavior. How do they interact with one another? And they include a purpose. Super fundamental. But I tell you what, go ask any executive team that isn't cohesive. You got 8 people on that team, you'll get 8 different answers to this question. Of course, it's important that an executive team have one and only one answer to these blanks. The purpose of this team, the executive team, is to blank by doing blank so that everybody's on the same page. By the way, being on the same page, what I'm talking about here is being a first team. That's an executive team that sees their interconnectedness with each other as the most important thing. This is about the big picture. It's about unity. It's about cohesiveness that signals to the rest of the organization, yes, we do have our act together. When you have a first team, everybody on that executive team, plus everybody else in the organization, will know what we, the executive team, will do, what we won't do, and what the boundaries are between one another's work. To get this, members of the team have to establish a foundation of trust. They have to know each other. They have to be willing to and able to give input that cross silos and divides. They have to be committed to helping one another reach their individual goals because that accelerates the results for the whole organization. They hold each other accountable and they continually come back to working on trust to establish it, to preserve and protect it, and to be able to restore it if accidental breaches do occur. Every member of the senior team, for this to happen, has to know the big picture. They know the goals of every other senior team member. That way, decisions are better quality and everybody's had a voice in the decision, so each and every person is more committed. It's about they want to share and they want to support and they want to help one another grow. When a first team comes together in the ways I'm describing, they don't fight over resources. And to get creative about where to obtain those resources or which ones could be repurposed and how things might be able to operate across the functional areas. And they help each other address the obstacles instead of hunkering down. It happens because there is deliberate planning, reshaping of habits, true deep level work that's done in all of the areas I've described and more. And it happens because there are processes put in place. Just like anything else, they have KPIs. But those KPIs, they are focused not just on the team, but also on, since it's an executive team, also on what does this mean to the organization? How does this show up in the employee engagement survey after we've made this transition? In everything that they're doing, there ought to be real places where it's practiced. We are bringing in the tools and the techniques that we've been learning about, practicing what we put into our plan. We bring in subject matter experts if needed in things like team development for executive teams. Any team ought to also have rules around group conduct. I know this sounds so basic. And sometimes people say, well, we are an executive team. We know this. We don't have to do this. Yes, you do. You wouldn't have the lack of trust. You wouldn't have the reputation of being ineffective if all of that was perfect and in place.